Cotton, designer and stylist, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this moon goddess crown. Halloween is swiftly creeping up on us, and if you're anything like me, you put off your costume until the last second. So if you're starting to think about it now and you want to get a jump on Halloween, this is going to be the perfect basis for you for a moon crown. You can be a moon goddess or simply the moon. This one, unlike my last moon crown, which only had one moon, has all of the phases of the moon portrayed in it. It's gorgeous, and it's not as hard as it looks. So what you're going to need today is some wire. This one's called 4-strand multi-purpose wire, galvanized, working load 100 pounds. I got this at Home Depot. I think it was under $10 for this massive roll. And if you get this, I'm going to be using this more in the future to make some other crowns, so this will be useful. You're going to need a thin headband. You can get these at Daiso or a 99-cent store or at any big box department store. And then you're going to need some EVA foam. This is a scrap that I had, or some cardboard, or some foam core board. This is gonna make the moons themselves, the moon phases. And to go along with that, your crafting scissors. Don't use your fabric scissors. You're also going to need some zip ties. So the largest zip tie that we're using today is a 11-inch zip tie. We're also gonna be using a 6-inch zip tie. And then the smallest size we'll be using is a 3-inch zip tie. The other thing that we're going to need is some pearl beads. These are optional, but it's really going to give more texture to your crown. I used 2 sizes. This is the larger size. And then I used a multi-pack, which came with 4 different sizes in it. I got both of these at Joann's. So I actually used up all of the multi-size ones, but this is the larger size. You're going to need a glue gun and a hot glue stick, and you are going to need some spray paint, color of your choosing. I chose silver. So go ahead and gather up your materials and let's get started. So let's start off with our wire and measure out a 50-inch long piece and cut that with some wire cutters. Next, you're going to measure 5 inches from one edge and bend that at a nice hard angle. Then take your large size beads and start stringing them on there. You're going to put on 28 pearl beads overall. Yes, exactly 28. That's 3 pearls on the center of each spike and 5 on either end of the headband. Once you've got all 28 of your pearls on there, measure 5 inches from the other edge and bend that again. So these edges you're going to attach to the sides of your headband with a few zip ties at the lower edge to keep it nice and secure while you're adding the rest of your zip ties. So we're going to take our longest size zip tie, the 11-inch, and start that off at the center. And then on either side of that, you're going to put a 6-inch zip tie, and then after that, 3 of the 2 inches. And repeat that pattern over and over again until you have 7 spikes, 7 repetitions of that pattern. As you near the edge, you're going to need to put your zip ties over that wire and finish off with mostly the small ones. Next, take a small glass on a piece of scrap paper to make your pattern, and you're going to trace that glass 3 times to create 3 circles. Once you've got your 3 circles, overlap your glass on one of them, and that's going to create both your crescent and your gibbous. Then you're going to cut one of the circles in half, and there you have it, crescent, gibbous, half moon, and full moon. Just cut 2 of each, the crescent and the gibbous. Then I put a generous amount of glue on the surface of the moon and added my pearls. For the larger moon shapes, I did my swirly whirly pattern in the center to create texture and then added the pearls onto that. This helps the surface to look more like a piece of jewelry than a flat object. You can get really creative here and put any kind of design you want in the center of these. Faces, designs, words. Have fun with it. Once you have all of your pieces decorated, we are ready to move back to the crown. And in the next step, I attach the spikes to the points at which they intersect with the ring. So because this wire is 4-strand, I was able to shove the zip tie through it, but you can also glue the zip ties to the ring or wrap them with more wire. Then I adjusted my pearls to center them and added a little bit of glue and then slid the pearls on. Once you repeat that for all of the regular sections, on the bottom edge, you're going to put 3 of those 5 pearls all the way at the bottom and then create 2 dots that are floating in between those last spikes of the 6-inch zip ties. Now that that's completed, put a generous strip of glue all the way around the edge, and this is totally optional. I added a string of pearls for even more texture. Now it's time to paint. Coat everything evenly in a beautiful silver spray paint, and then I placed my moon to see the size that I needed the amount of glue for, and glued that across the zip tie and the wire. Then repeat for every phase of the moon. I realized once I did this that I could have glued my moons first and then spray painted everything, but that's okay. I also want to point out that I was using a spool of ribbon to keep the headband open while I was doing this because the torque that it creates can warp the ring. Now that your moons are placed, it's time for final decoration. So on the tops of the 6-inch zip ties, I placed a large pearl, and then on the tops of the 2-inch zip ties, I placed a medium pearl, but only in the center pieces. And that is it. Your moon crown is done, and it looks gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you make this crown, please let me know how it turned out. Tag me. You can find me on Instagram at Athena Lawton. You can also find me on TikTok at Athena Lawton, where you can find me making more crafts, tutorials, sewing projects in 60 seconds or less. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I am a brand new and growing YouTube channel, so every bit helps.